welcome to the Inspiration Report for June. Grab a beverage and get ready. We'll be starting in just a few moments. Hello everyone and welcome to this month's Inspiration Reports. My name is Lee Kitchen. I have with me the absolutely wonderful Jose Gutierrez, all the way from Santiago, Chile, or nearby. How are you, buddy?
I am in Santiago. How are you doing, guys?
Excellent. And of course, the one and only downtown Sean Brown. What's up, bud?
Morning, everybody. Happy June.
Yeah, happy June. What the heck,
Happy
man?
June.
How did it get to be June?
The belly of the
Literally
year.
Somebody said that this week, and I'm like, no, they said June was like 2 days ago. I'm like, no. Do not rush me through this stuff, right? Like, I really feel like it caught up to me here. But I am located in my Canadian studio right now, and the good news is that my apartment complex, they actually took the cover off the pool. Yeah. So
for ice skating,
it says it's closed because they have to get it inspected. What'd you say, Sean?
That's for spring ice skating.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that.
It's actually been like Florida weather here all week, which is great. And Jose, how have you been with all your endeavors? You're wearing many hats these days, huh?
Yes, I am. I think I'm becoming an octopus. But it's going great. More arms to grab things on.
No one does the 8-arm job better than you do, man. Really great. For those of you who don't know, Jose is launching an amazing coffee shop and brand in Chile, in Santiago. He's got a lot of visitors, a lot of people coming in, and he's managing all different kinds of aspects of that business. And he is still coming to join us for Inspiration Report. So, Jose, Sean and I are grateful that you're still joining us, man. We know when you take out to become a millionaire, we'll have to interview you and all the innovative stuff you do. So,
hey, I wouldn't mind that. I would be totally down for it every single Friday.
Awesome. Well, Sean, you want to welcome? Looks like we got some VIPs in the house. Can you see them? You want to welcome them?
Yeah, I'm going to defer it to you, big guy.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Well, I wanted to make sure we said hi to everyone. We really appreciate you all taking the time. I want to say hi to Rob Badiri out there. Rob, thank you so much for coming in. Rob from Pennsylvania. Looks like my good buddy David is coming in from Northern California. We got Juliet. We got Rebex, whose birthday it is today, too. Happy birthday, Rebex. It's really awesome. Laura, thanks for always joining us. We really appreciate it. Looks like we have our good buddy Francois from South Africa. So hopefully you're having a glass of wine.
Hey, Francois.
Yep. And then looks like we got Cindy and we got Jake and Ella and David. So thank you all for joining us. We are going to get started here. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
As ready as
also, I need to give it up once again for Sean, because Sean is the one that does the research. And when we first started this partnership that we call Brainstorm in a Box, we decided that I was going to do the technology, the garage wires and the duct tape, and Sean was going to do the research. And Sean, another really great report. So
thanks, buddy.
Not going to give too much away, but you really do a wonderful job. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. We'll just roll right to the presentation. Of course, we compare ourselves to the modern day Wayne and Garth. But we wouldn't be Wayne and Garth without our wonderful host, producer, moderator, Jose, which we're very happy to have in our midst. Don't forget the rules, which are merely guidelines. Stay positive, share the air with everybody. Make sure you're respectful in the chat. We'd love for you to build in yes and, which means that we want you to if we call for some ideas, keep yes in and keep building, and of course pay it forward. Jose will post our link tree today, which has all of the articles in it. So if you see something you know somebody else will like, please share that. And Sean, actually that works. I get a lot of I don't know about you, but I get a lot of LinkedIn messages about somebody took one of these things and all of a sudden they made it something different. So super
Brilliant.
Super cool. Yeah. So okay, so without further ado, we are going to roll the presentation, and I believe Sean, you may be up first here.
You bet, buddy.
Let me make sure I get the rights. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, off the grid. Oh, I love this idea. Sorry, go ahead. Won't ruin it for you.
So smart. And now look, I selfishly assigned this one to myself because my unfulfilled dream career, and I'm at the perfect age, is a fall-time LL Bean clothing model. Seriously, I look great in flannel, a barn jacket, duck boots, unshaven. I am LL Bean's model of the year. I'd be on the cover. Anyway, brilliant thing, right? And Lee and I were talking about AI and AI this and artificial intelligence and augmented reality and yada, 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 right? Well, we are still humans. And that means we need some downtime and opportunity to unplug. And I thought this was brilliant from LL Bean and interesting. Clearly, I haven't been paying close enough attention. This was their 4th year of activation of this, I guess this strategy for them. But for the month of May, they unplugged their social channels and actually wiped the content clean and put up supportive information for Mental Health Awareness Month, which I think is brilliant.
So and that's from really walking the talk, right? Like so many companies say what priority mental health is, but still demand 50-hour work weeks, you know?
And talk about absolute confidence in who you are as a brand and your purpose and what you want to project out to consumers, right? Get out into nature, which is brilliant. The other thing I thought that was interesting, we don't have to talk too long about this, but they actually have an ongoing research study in partnership with Mental Health America and another organization called Strava, which is
Strava is the we use that for our run. It's a running app, or what do you call it? Exercise app, right?
There you go, social fitness app. Yep. So I love the idea that this isn't just a one-off and like, hey, let's do this cool thing and we'll turn our social off. The fact that they're also investing, which is really smart for them to put content out in ongoing research about the power of nature and mental health and mental awareness. So love this.
Yeah, bravo. And I've seen them do other things like this, and they're kind of leading the way because between them and I'm now forgetting the other Patagonia, those two companies really do a great job of again putting their policies and their things like that money where their mouth is to actually enact stuff like that. So bravo to them.
Yep, love it.
I would like to ask our audience, where do they like to go when they go off grid? I see Juliet has I went off the grid this past weekend in the forest, and she's a big fan. So I'm just curious, what do you guys do? I'm a sea person. I love going just sitting right next to the sea, some rocks and just chilling.
Nice. I used to go to my boat, but my boat's in dry storage now, so.
Well, the ones that can have a boat can do that. I just go to the seashore.
Yeah, I like some of the answers. Jake likes going sailing. Janice likes going camping in the north in Lake George. Oh, Lake George, what a beautiful area. Really nice.
Lake George, yeah, Wyoming. Bighorn National Forest.
Brilliant. Francois likes going to Pilanesberg. I've been there before. That's Sean. That's that awesome game preserve that I was showing you pictures of, and you were really jealous last year.
Yeah, when you traveled without us.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. I didn't
consider.
Excellent. Oh, David likes Lake Tahoe. Yeah, so beautiful up there. All right, shifting gears now. Let's talk a little bit about catching up with technology. No pun intended. This is really great. In kind of the realm and the category of I want what I want when I want it kind of thing. very similar to those elaborate soda machines that you get at, say, Five Guys or Chick-fil-A or something like that. Heinz is actually doing this and giving you freedom to customize your sauce. So they actually they make a lot of different food products and they have a lot of different versions of it, but they're basically asking consumers to do it themselves by actually putting these sauce stations in various restaurants. This particular thing, that what they call the Heinz Remix, actually debuted at the 2023 National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. Our good buddy Barry Jacobson provided this. Barry is very connected with the F&B industry and the convention industry there. And you can basically use a digital touchscreen to choose from a range of sauce bases such as ketchup, Heinz 57, ranch, and barbecue sauce. And then they have flavor enhancers such as jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, and mango. And then you can select your heat level, so low, medium, or high, to further personalize your sauce. So I gathered a little video together, so we're going to go ahead and watch that.
First you choose your base. They have ketchup, ranch, barbecue sauce, or Heinz 57 sauce. But then you get to pick your mix-ins. They have jalapeno, buffalo, smoky chipotle, and mango. And you get to do a low, medium, or high intensity on each one. And then you take your cup, you put it down almost like a Coke freestyle machine. And this thing is going to do some real work. So check this out. First you see the base coming down, the flavors are coming out at the same time, and this thing just spins this cup super fast. So it's basically shaking and mixing everything together, and you watch above, you can see the countdown, and as it gets closer, it's going to start flashing red to let you know it is ready to eat, and you can eat this with anything, fries, burgers, any food. It's mixed perfectly, tastes great, cannot wait for this.
Yeah, a couple things, Sean, I'll say about that. I appreciate you putting that in. Number one, customization is really important for consumers these days, especially Gen Zs and millennials, because a lot of other companies are offering it. So bravo to them for doing that. Second, I don't know about you, but in my Disney days, we did this thing that's called Cross U. And that means we went to the parks to work a shift in the park to support them. And one of the single worst jobs is going to Cosmic Rays and doing the condiment counter at Cosmic Rays, because it's just a big mess. And this to me is like one-stop shop cleanup, right?
Dude, 8-hour shift at Cosmic Rays, and I didn't even get to leave the inside of the condiment area. I mean, talk about
you're stuck there,
covered
so to me,
with
this
relish.
Is like great. You don't have
ketchup.
to replace. You just replace the bag in the back. So that's number one. But number two, and what they say in the article, is that this is actually gathering consumer data for them, so they can see what the most popular combinations are, and then start basically putting that together and selling it. I've never been the same since sriracha mayo. Sriracha mayo is like my new condiment for everything. So like I can't wait to see what different products they end up coming out with just by doing on-site consumer data. So bravo to Heinz. This isn't actually the only Heinz post that we have today too. So
right.
All right, here we go. Up next is your commutes.
Okay, so I need to ask, how many of you guys do work from home and how many of you guys actually commute? So to be honest, no one wants to go back to commute because it's a pain in the commute. Commuting is a major time suck. The average American worker spends around 26 minutes commuting to work each way. That's over 100 hours per year. Can you believe that? And we all know that commuting can be really stressful. Sitting in traffic or dealing with public transportation can be a major source of stress. As well, commuting can be isolating, right? When you're commuting, you're not able to socialize that much. I know a lot of people that do. With your coworkers or get any exercise at all. You're just sitting or just standing. Commuting can also be expensive. The cost of commuting can add up, especially if you have to pay for gas, parking, or even public transportation. Commuting can be a bad thing for the environment. It contributes to air pollution and traffic congestion. I know there's some ways to cope with this, and one of them is actually to share cars. I've seen that in many companies, and the other one is just basically, regardless, Elon Musk say that it's not correct to do homework. I believe that people after COVID-19, they got the feeling they can do work at home and they can even be more productive. So I think that commuting right nowadays shouldn't be a thing. And I do commute myself, and I honestly feel it's a pain in the commute. I do 45 minutes back, and it's just the worst.
It is the worst. Jose, we have this road in Florida called Highway 192, and at the top of 192, it basically is the only, like from that side of town, it's the only way to get to Disney, right? And so that road particularly is crowded with both tourists and angry
yeah,
in a hurry cast members, and it's a dangerous combination because tourists are going really slow because they don't know where they're going, and then angry cast members are trying to weave in and out of them. It's crazy.
definitely.
But the other thing that I struggle with the design of roads, and I'll just pose this because it would inspire me, is I wish on a road like that where it's so bipolar. It's like all or nothing. Like at 9 o'clock, it's all crowded in one direction
Yeah,
and totally empty on the other. I wish we didn't design roads with medians in them, so we could just move the lane over, and there's 4 lanes in the morning, and then 4 lanes coming back at night, right? And then 3 lanes
yeah.
otherwise on either side.
I think is it the 95 in Miami, in Florida, that you have it like one side in the morning, and then on the
Yeah,
afternoon you have it
they
all
do
the
it
other
in
side.
bridges in California. So in Northern California,
Right.
David can back this up. They actually switched the sides of the bridge toll areas to allow for better commute.
It's the zipper lanes.
Yeah, it just seems like
slide
there's some innovation that needs. So anybody in the public transportation thing, there you go. There's an idea for you.
Fix it.
All right,
Fix
next
it
up, Sean.
now.
A little dough.
Donuts. Yes. So super simple story. I think it's brilliant, though. I do wish there was more on the back end of this effort, right? So Krispy Kreme for I think it's during the month of March, and the date might be flexible, but they give all graduating seniors, whether high school, I believe, or college, a dough ploma. It's just a free dozen glazed donuts, right? So show up in your cap and gown or your school spirit stuff, whatever it is, and you can get a dozen donuts. I think it's brilliant, simple, fun. But again, I wish that there was something more there on scholarship. But what is fascinating is this started from the pandemic, right? And it was basically, wow, kids graduating from school have just gotten short end of the stick on school experience and all the challenges there, but they've kept it going for 4 years so far. So interesting, fun.
Yeah, I love all of the promotions done around graduating time, and I see so many on my Facebook feed alone. I've seen like 50 graduating pictures. I'm glad somebody's doing something there.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Next up. So this is a really scary article. And
Oh
Sean,
my God.
I'm not quite sure why you signed this to me, because when I read it, I was like, okay, here are the leaders of the AI community who are making this stuff warning us that they're going to take over the world. So ever since AI started, there has been a big movement to basically kind of joke about it out of the side and say, wait a minute, what about Skynet? And what about the Matrix? And what about all of those fictional things? But here it is, a group of industry leaders recently is warning us out loud that artificial intelligence technology that we're building may one day pose an essential threat to humanity and should be considered a societal risk on par with pandemics and nuclear wars. What? WTH, bro?
It's like the Whopper on steroids, right?
Yeah. So, but when I read more about this article, I think their big point was saying we need to kind of chill, and we need to not try to, like, I guess they're basically saying, let's not compete so hard that we try to top each other each time, because eventually we are going to invent Skynet and the Whopper by doing that. Like, it again is a joke in movies and stuff like that when we watch, but they want to basically mitigate the risk of extinction from AI and other societal scale risk by basically just using the technology reasonably, whether or not people will actually, and companies will actually do that. But basically the statement comes at a growing concern about the potential harms of AI, and their recent advancements of language models that are like ChatGPT and other chatbots have raised fears that AI could soon be used to scale and spread. So the fear is shared by a lot of top executives from all of the top AI producing companies right now. And basically what they're asking for is just basically let's tone it down and really think about the need, and really be basically strategic and not excessive. Any other things you would add about this, Sean?
Yes, the beginning of the articles, New York Times, the link is in our Linktree account. But When a group of 350 executives, researchers, and engineers working on AI can summarize their fear in a single sentence statement, mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. I kind of think we should listen to this.
Yeah, these are the smart people making the smart AI. So yes, I think
amazing.
And also, let's not joke with it, right? Let's not jokingly tell it to do something that we want to see a funny response, because it's actually the same reason I'm a Hey Google household, and I probably just triggered that right now. But I have friends that come over that are very anti, and they immediately want to abuse her, right? And it's just like, don't talk bad to that, because it doesn't help matters, right? Where if you want to help it, you can't do that. But people feel strongly about that, so I say let's just use it with moderation, everyone, just like other stuff, right?
Yes, fascinating to watch, right?
Yeah,
fascinating to watch.
Okay, Sean, I believe you are up with
you
the
bet.
Barbie Cafe.
From talking about artificial intelligence, right?
To Barbie.
The Barbie bar. I'm going to assume that this group of folks that are following along with us every month, people are seeing a lot of the shift of in-person events, right? Live events becoming very themed, very experiential. No longer go sit, watch something, and have someone stand in front of you and just spew a bunch of stuff. Everything is experiential. So the Malibu Barbie Cafe is opening in New York for a period of time. It's a joint partnership with a group called Bucket Listers, and also a partnership with Mattel, right? Combination restaurant, photo backdrop, playground. It's located in South Street, Seaport, Lower Manhattan. It has a food menu, which was created by MasterChef semi-finalist Becky Brown. No relation to me, but I would love some of her food. And has a lot of hands-on experiences. You can see a picture of the bar that's there. You can get $18 Barbie margaritas. It was kind of themed out and inspired by Malibu Barbie's 1971 debut. So here's the thing, right? Aside from fun experience, they actually built it around younger kids come earlier in the morning, and then the audience shifts to more adults and young adults later in the evening. I think based on all of the work that has happened with Barbie, right, and probably around 2016, shifting to a role model, I think this is a miss, man. I mean, it might be fun, but I think this is a huge brand smack to all the effort that's been happening with just kick-ass stuff with Barbie dolls, reflecting real-world people and inspiring young girls to become powerful women. It's fun, but I think it's a miss. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I think it's a movie promotion. So I think they're more promoting the movie more than anything than actually the feel of the new Barbie situation. So yeah, I would say that they were disconnected. I mean, they had an opportunity, and who knows? Let's see how it plays out and see what the comments are, right? So super interesting. All right. Let us go back to AI.
Yes.
And talk about Darkbert. So
that is not your
this
nickname,
is from a team of South African researchers that have taken an unprecedented step of developing and training artificial intelligence on the so-called dark web. This trained AI called Darkbert was unleashed to trawl and index what it could help to find and shed some lights on a way to combat cybercrime. So, of course, the dark web section of the internet remains hidden and cannot be accessed through standard web browsers. This part of the web is notorious for its anonymous websites and marketplaces facilitating illegal activities such as drug and weapon trading, stolen data sales, and a haven for cyber criminals. Some of the current, like Google, for example, is giving me results for cybercrime and things like that have come up for my name and my Facebook page and things like that. And every now and then I'll get a link from my text from LinkedIn, somebody trying to break into my LinkedIn page. Lucky for me, I have TFA or 2FA on there. If you don't have 2FA, two-factor authentication, please make sure you do that. The dark web employs a complex system that masks the IP address of its users. But with the rise of natural language processing programs like ChatGPT, such technology increasingly used for new kind of cybercrime. So by developing an AI that can fight fire with fire, the researchers wanted to discover how large language models could help. So according to the team, Darkbird has the potential to be employed for diverse cybersecurity purposes, including identifying websites that vend ransomware and release confidential data. In addition, it can scour through the numerous dark web forums updated daily and keep an eye on illegal information exchange. So go Darkbird.
You know what I see here, and I can't believe. This is this is an expansion into the Marvel universe, and Darkbird takes over for Jarvis.
Yeah,
I was thinking of something. Really
I actually
similar,
totally thought about that, but then remember when they tried to combine Jarvis with I forget the Ultron. Yeah, we get Ultron. So there's a fine line here.
There's movies.
Remember Annihilation?
We don't do this, people.
Oh wow!
To be honest, like there's so much hype on South Korean dramas that whenever I hear news on South Korea, I don't know whether it's on Netflix coming up or it's an actual news.
Yeah, you really don't. All right, Jose, you are up now. Oh my gosh!
Yes,
all right, Jose. Before you go in, I actually remember 6 to 8 years ago, covering the fact that Hungary was going to do this. And I'm so happy, Sean, you put this in because this is amazing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. So Hungary's musical highway is so lit, it's gonna make you want to drive. So this new musical highway in Hungary is so cool. It's gonna make you want to drive, right? The road is made of special tiles that vibrate when cars drive over them, creating music at specific amount of speed, right? So I think it's 45 miles per hour.
Yep.
The music changes depending on the speed of the car, so you can create your own personal soundtrack. Careful there, Skrillex lovers, don't go too fast. The highway is open to the public, so actually anyone can go and check it out. Just be careful not to get too distracted by the music, and you might something else might happen. So just be careful and both hands on the wheel and just enjoy the music.
Yeah, and you know, this is a novel idea to do for actually interstates here in the U.S. because they currently have this anyway. But you know, truck drivers may get kind of immune to it because they might hit it very often. So having it play a song might actually wake up more truck drivers. So
more Taylor Swift songs, please.
Right. Let's check out the video. Super cool.
Kind of like the evolution of sponsor a highway, right?
Right. Adopt the highway. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's up next, Sean. I believe that is you.
And one more thought just back on the highway thing. Imagine if that was a revenue opportunity that became tied to music releases of bands, where they actually adopted highways and they had portions of their songs that were being released put onto highways.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm here for hire, people. I'm available for all industries.
Hey, Jose, did they say in the article how much that cost them to do?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I want 1 minute more. Sean,
you go ahead with your Home is So Enlightening.
You bet. So talk about technology. I guess the change of society, right, and the impacts of technology and making things obsolete. Well, that would now include the lighthouse. So for a few hundred years, right, lighthouses were created to help the Navy and ships navigate and in shallow waters and so on and so forth. But what has now put an end to the need for the lighthouse is GPS technology, plain and simple. Just don't need them. So there are certainly, there's an administration, never heard of it before, General Services Administration, the GSA. And they have been working on giving away lighthouses to nonprofits, other government organizations, museums, and historic agencies that will preserve, to take over the lighthouses and basically take care of them. And then they also are putting some aside for auction at the same time. The GSA, they've auctioned 70, I didn't even know there would be this many, 70 lighthouses to date, in sales ranging from $10,000 to over $900,000. But just a really interesting and pretty tangible and easy to understand example of, as technology evolves, what don't we need anymore, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't want to lose them though. They're so cool looking. We go to one in Isla Mirada in the Keys all the time, and it's awesome, man. And you can actually get off the boat and climb up to the top and the whole deal. So
yeah,
to me it sounds like an Airbnb business opportunity.
Yes, I was gonna tell you guys that I was in the Netherlands a few months ago, and they were actually renting lighthouses as houses, and they were just fabulous.
Yeah,
it's like
it's a long walk.
Like feeling in a movie. Yeah, exactly.
Better put that disclaimer. Better be in good shape if you want to get to your room at the top.
Exactly.
Hey, Lee,
main room is at the top.
I want to pitch this to our good friend, Mr. Craig DeZern with Hilton Hotels. This sounds like an entirely new chain of oceanfront Hilton.
Yeah.
Hilton buys all the remaining lighthouses and makes them unique.
No one else is doing it. Let's get it done.
Yep. What was the name of the movie with Keanu Reeves and this other girl, Lake House? They're gonna do the reboot. It's called The Lighthouse.
I was thinking
also
of the Insanity movie where I'm not totally forgetting the movie name, where the lighthouse was where they got the lobotomies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the movie on the spot.
Lee, so to answer your question about how much it cost, it was around 71 million euros, which is around $82 million. So it's makeable. At the end, it's makeable if you pay a fare just to play songs on your car. I would do that.
Right.
Wow. Thanks for being so frank with me. No pun intended. Okay, everyone. We covered this a couple times before, but Oscar Mayer's Wienermobile is driving off into the sunset, and now it's going to be called the Frankmobile. For the first time in its nearly century-long existence, the famous hot dog-shaped vehicle is changing its name because the Frankmobile pays homage to their new recipe for its hot dog, which is rolling out this summer. So it's a marketing stunt, of course. Despite the change, the Frankmobile looks basically the same compared to its predecessor with a new decal on the side. They were coy about Oscar Mayer was of course coy about whether or not the name change is permanent. That they're trying to see if it cuts the mustard with fans. So the Wienermobile actually dates back to 1936 when Carl Mayer told his uncle Oscar about a new advertising idea that was a literal marketing vehicle for the company. So Kraft wrote down the value of its Kraft and Oscar Mayer brands in 2019 by $15 billion because consumers have shifted their preferences away from processed foods. So they do marketing tactics like that, cheesy marketing tactics like this, which attract attention of packaged product. Last year, they sold hot dog popsicles, bologna face masks. Those things quickly sold out. So look for the new Frankmobile to come to your neighborhood. But you know what I say, Sean? Or Jose, once a wiener, always a wiener. You know what I'm saying?
And Lee,
this car looks. Sean, go.
Yeah, you guys, please, I really question this, right? Is this just a fear of still using the word wiener and everyone being overly sensitive?
I think we're going to find out if they actually change the name back, Sean.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Maybe they should change it to like the Wanker Mobile or something else. Own it.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. Next up.
Oh,
this
is
Jose.
very, yeah, this is very close to my heart. So a company is making eatable coffee cups that could actually cut environmental waste. A new company called Good Eddie is making eatable coffee cups made from wheat flour, water, and sugar. The cups are designed to be compostable and biodegradable, two very important things, which could help to reduce the amount of waste generated by coffee shops. Hey, I'll think about this one.
Yeah, you really
Good
should. You could be
Eddie
like
is,
the premier
yeah,
place.
yeah, exactly. Good Eddie is currently crowdfunding to raise money to bring the cups to market. It's successful. If successful, the cups could have a major impact on the coffee industry and help to make coffee shops more environmental friendly. So next time you're ordering a coffee, ask for it in an eatable cup.
And
I've
what
tried
do they taste like?
eatable
Any
cups.
idea? Did they say?
Yeah, I've actually I tried one. There was a startup in Germany when I was studying there, and it tastes like vanilla. So whenever you want a latte, like a vanilla latte, you just eat your cup and you have your vanilla latte.
Is it high
It's
carb,
amazing.
high protein? Can we get both styles?
Okay, let's try. Let's go slow.
Let's just go
slow.
slow, right? Is it made out of
Yeah.
crickets? You know, like let's go for it here.
Oh,
awesome.
And that could add to the flavoring of coffees too, right? Like an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And you
Yes,
do eat the, I mean,
yes, with
you
a
do eat the
chocolate
ice cream
rim.
cone, so why not,
Perfect.
right?
There you go.
Yes.
All
Back to your
right, Sean
customization.
Brown, you are next, my friend.
Yes. Let's be honest. I'm glad so much science was put into the redesign of a beer can when all you need is a
Thank you. Thank
sharp
God.
key or a screwdriver or a corner of an rusty automobile, right?
Well, also,
have
you know, if
experience.
you just pour it diagonal, you don't get the thing. So to put all this effort into a special can, you know, I'll try it though. Go for it.
Absolutely. So a Japanese design firm, and I should have looked them up, but they kind of sound a lot like the US-based company IDEO, right, out in San Francisco. They put a lot of science and effort into redesigning the beer can with the purpose of generating the perfect beer pour. So they've worked on a wide range of projects, creating a 24-foot tall minimalist Christmas tree for a Tokyo neighborhood, updating the style and graphics of Pokemon trading cards, a new game ball for the International Handball Federation. I think there's an after 9 p.m. adult version of our show joke to that. We'll stay away from it. But basically, they utilized, because I started thinking, well, why do you need to have two pull tabs over the same hole on the top of the can? But
in case you break one?
They each open, yes, in case you break one. After 6, you might break one. The first one opens it slightly and allows the bubbles to generate and breathe, and the second one opens it more fully after the beer has had enough time to breathe a bit, and then it pours what is identified as the glass with a liquid foam ratio of 7:3. The so-called golden ratio can now easily be achieved.
I didn't know they had such a ratio, but I should have.
So there you have it.
Yeah. Hi, Sean. One good thing out of this is that when your kids start collecting these for school donations, you'll double the amount of tabs that they bring in.
Exactly.
I bought our school principal a Maserati with my donation.
All right. Well, look, how soon are we going to get these, or are we? Is it just a startup at this point?
Actually, it doesn't talk about when it's coming to the U.S., so we may have to take a tax-deductible work trip to Japan.
I think so.
Give it a shot.
Brainstorm in a box in Japan.
There
All right.
go.
Speaking of kid adults, yeah, this is awesome, Sean. Long have I wanted the perfect water blaster. You know, the plastic ones just wear out too quickly. You don't have a HUD readout on the top. This is amazing. So this is a company called Spira 3. It's a startup in Germany, and there's another. It's from Chinese technology titan Xiaomi. And these models of water blasters feature LCD screens, LED USB connectivity, and even gaming modes. But they're basically just the latest in the level of toys that they're basically making for adults. So they say in the article that there's so many restrictions on when they make kid toys and so many things they have to go through. They can basically make more toys for adults. And we all benefit from having a little fun and creativity and all that kind of stuff. So Spira sets the high-tech pace in that space, and has done so since a game designer crowdfunded the water blasting brainchild back in 2015. And the investment actually drummed up more than 7 times his original 35 million or 35,000 euros that he was asking for, his target. So now they're up to 149 million or 149,000 euros, which is really great. This is actually going to cost, I think, 150 US or 300 US, but I got a video that we have, so I'll show the video. I'm going to skip through it too because it's kind of a long video.
This might be the coolest water gun I've ever played with. Let me tell you why. Today we're checking out the Spira 2 water gun. This thing is awesome. It automatically refills itself and there's no pumping required. Now, the Spira 1 was launched as a Kickstarter back in 2018, but the second generation is now fully available for sale on the company's website. It comes in 2 different colors. You have this blue one right here or red, and you can get a single for $174 or a dual pack for $329, which comes with 1 color of each. It kind of looks like a Halo weapon, right? Almost like Master Chief's assault rifle, and I think that's because of this tactical display right here. Out of the box, this thing takes 4 to 5 hours to fully charge the first time, which we did yesterday, and now we're ready to have some fun. There's 3 bars on the display here, and that indicates your firing rate. You get 3 shots back to back, but after that, you have to let it charge a little in between. When you're all done battling for the day, you need to get all the water out of the tank before you can safely store the Spira. Fire off your remaining shot.
All right, that is definitely on my list.
This is so crazy to think on how you can connect this to AR or VR in like such a close future, and just like play laser tag wherever you want. Like my conscious self is saying don't, and my inner child is shut up and take my money right now. So
absolutely,
I'm in the middle of something that I need to deal with today, whether I buy this or not. But it's so cool.
Yeah. I like just the automation of it is pretty cool. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
Honestly, I vote we just change the Second Amendment and rewrite it to water blasters.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Oh, that's a big conversation right there.
America would be such a greater place.
All right, moving on. Make sure you get yourself home for summer. Oh, Bed Bath and Be Gone. I love that title, Sean.
Pickleball. Have you tried pickleball, Lee?
No, but it's quite the craze. I don't think we have one in here in Leamington. I know that there's several places around Orlando that do, but I have not tried it. I would imagine your family is big pickleball people.
During the pandemic, my younger daughter and we would go out in the street and just hit back and forth. Jose, are you a pickleballer?
No.
I'd love to know.
Never have I ever.
Our folks watching, anyone play pickleball. So I mean, speed at which this is taking off is unbelievable, right? Literally a shortage on space for pickleball courts, and real estate investors are trying to figure out what the hell to do with malls, right? And so I think it's the Pickleball I just love the name. The Pickleball Association of America it's called Pickleball America, is taking over an 80,000 square foot anchor space in Stamford, Connecticut, which is a former 2-story Saks off Fifth Ave retail store this summer. And they're creating the largest indoor pickleball venue in the United States. I just think it's a brilliant use of, we got all this enclosed, air-conditioned, protection from the sun space. What are we going to do with it? Hey, we're actually making people active.
Yeah, imagine that.
Right? So that there was a tournament on a few weeks ago. It was Andre Agassi, oh my God, the guy who yelled and screamed all the time and smashed his rackets.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
who was
totally
it?
blanking on him. Terrible. Anyway, it was a doubles tournament with former pro tennis players, and Agassi came off afterwards and said, "This is my first time playing, but I can assure McEnroe, there you go. But I can assure you, I am going to be playing as much as I can going forward." Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, Sean. I'll let you know, and then maybe next time in Orlando we'll have ourselves a little challenge, huh?
It's kind of like if you were shrunk down to the size of a Star Wars figure and placed on a ping pong table. That's what it's like.
That sounds like a blast.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, Sean, we are at our last inspiring thing, and I'm just gonna preface this just a
Set
little
it
bit.
up.
It's a little bit of a tearjerker, but at the same time, it's really really inspiring. So, Sean, you remember that I was the caregiver for my mom in the last 10 months of her life, and it was a really stressful thing to be kind of put in that position. And but you had to I had to activate because between my brother and I, we had to share that responsibility. And what happens is, and I know there's people in our audience that are probably doing the same thing right now, so we are definitely empathetic to that. But what happens is you stress out so much about it that you sometimes lose yourself in it. And
Yes.
I kind of use the analogy of you always have to put on your mask first and then help other people, like on the airlines, in the airline safety spiel.
Yes.
Because you lose your identity a little bit and you stop taking care of yourself and you stop being creative because you're so stressed out about doing this. And what this photographer has done has been nothing short of amazing. Just by what he took his own artwork to be creative himself and actually bonded more with his mother on it. So I'll let you talk the specs and the details, and then Jose a little bit later. Make sure you post the link to this gentleman's website. So Sean, go ahead.
Perfect. So I'll actually read each slide. This is it was a TED Instagram post, non-video, but we just thought the story was so. At first glance, you would think it's really sad and it's certainly difficult, but the story is inspiring and amazing and just an interesting way of looking at your situation in the best light that you can. So a few years ago, artist Tony Luciano was testing out a new camera when his then 91-year-old mother, Elia, snuck into the background of his photos, and an aha moment struck him there in the bathroom. He had found his model.
Classic that she was trying to photobomb too. 91-year-old woman knew what a photobomb is. That's amazing.
Absolutely. So these photos showcase the 4-year collaboration as Luciana documented his mom's life, spirit, and struggles as she lived with dementia. Mom loved the process, the acting. She felt worthy again. She felt wanted, and she felt needed.
Which is really important at that point, right?
That's right.
And again, from experience, you want to help, but also it can be really challenging because your parents are old and stubborn, right? And so it can challenge your own mentality on this. So the fact that he did this and made the best of it for both of them, I can't speak to enough how cool that is.
And the confidence to share the story, right? So this is Mom's silent scream. Her words to me one day were, "Why is my head so full of things to say, but before they reach my mouth, I forget what they are?" And as a full-time care partner and full-time painter, I had my frustrations too, just like you were saying, Lee. But to balance all the difficulties, we played. That was Mom's happy place, and I needed her to be there too. And just a photo of how he was continuing to just engage with and play with his mom through all of this. And really, in summary, next slide, dependents want to feel a part of something, anything. Give them a voice of interaction, participation, and a feeling of belonging. Make the time meaningful. And then again, this was just a TED Instagram post. The link's there, and Jose put additional link into for more information about the series. But again, challenging topic. But I just loved the representation of looking at where you are in the situation that you're in from a different angle than you might normally look at it from, right? And you never know what you'll find.
I would also suggest that if you're coming up to a juncture like this in your own life, preparing for it by doing this research and see what other people have done. I think that's one of the general caregiving things I would say is there's so many people out there who have taken caregiving to the next level just by using their own creativity, and it's been helpful both for them as a caregiver and for the patient. So I would strongly suggest like stocking up on these and putting them aside for when you may need them, right? Am I right?
Yep, 100%.
All right, fellas, well, that wraps it up for this edition of the Inspiration Report. Again, Jose, thank you very much for joining us all the way from Santiago. And
always a pleasure to be here with you guys.
And Sean, man, great research, great report.
Thanks, buddy.
Really appreciate it. Sean, why don't you talk a little bit about July?
July. So we are in a few different places for the month of July. We most likely will be taking off from this standard format, right? But I think what we're going to try to do is put together just a short collection of some stories in video form. We're going to test and play around a little bit. So we'll alert you when it's coming out, but we'd love your thoughts on it at the same time. And then we'll come back full force in August. We're just so busy. We're busy people. That's how it goes.
Hey, talking about busy,
well, I mean,
Shauna and Lee, do you can we talk a little bit about if people can connect with us and how can we be able to support their organizations and companies?
Absolutely. Brainstorminthebox.com has all the details for that. We would love to be able to, and actually we are doing this more often. I've just had a client ask me for a version of the Inspiration Report for something that they're doing. So if you want us to come present to your company, we can customize it. We can put together a thematic version, a categorical version. So you let us know, and Brainstorm in a Box will be there for you. Again, no formal show in July. We are going to be out and actually getting out just like our good friends LL Bean said. We're going to be getting out into nature there, but we will put something inspiring for you together and put it up on our YouTube page. But until then, we appreciate you all joining us. We appreciate you all signing in and chatting with us and supporting us each month. It was really great to have you all here, and we will look forward to seeing you live back in August. Fellas?
Thank you, everybody.
Fantastic.
Have a great
Thanks, guys. Great show. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Hola.